What's up, everybody? Welcome to our podcast. I'm G,
And I'm T.
and today we're going to talk about some NFL. Recap that Saints versus Jaguars, get the week started off. How you feel about that game, man?
I feel like that game, it definitely should have been in the Saints' favor. Kamara was having a really good game. I just feel like the Saints, Derek Carr just isn't the answer. That's what I feel like. I feel
So,
like
so, so what you saying? You saying Derek Carr's overrated or is he underrated? What you trying to say?
I think even when he was on the Raiders, we saw with the Raiders, he really couldn't get over that hump. Feel like he just always been a mediocre QB. Even when
Mediocre or above average?
mediocre. He can't get it. He
Mediocre.
can't get it done.
He can't
He's
get it done.
surrounded with talent. He has a healthy Mike Thomas, has a healthy Kamara, has a Chris Olave, and he has not looked good. I feel like if you put any other QB in that situation that he's in, they'd be able to get more done than he has shown us with the Saints.
Okay, so let's shift to the Jaguars. How you feeling about Trevor Lawrence? Is he? They hyped him up. Is he there yet, or does he need another year or two?
I feel like he definitely was hyped up. What he showed us at Clemson, definitely a generational talent. I'm still really big on Trevor Lawrence myself.
Okay.
I feel like he definitely, in a couple years, I feel like he will be one of the top 5 QBs, top 3 maybe.
Okay.
I feel like adding Calvin really obviously was what he needed. He needed a true number 1. No hate to Christian Kirk, very good player, I love him, but
Christian Kirk, he's more of a slot, so really he's more of an outside receiver.
He has a smaller frame, so I feel like Calvin really was what he needed to take that step, even though we haven't really seen him take that extra step. I feel like he's young. He had a lot of. Coming into the Jaguars as a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
You put any other QB in that situation, they probably stunted growth.
They even had Urban Meyer. He was kicking players, going to
the
clubs, getting drunk. So he definitely came from a toxic situation and really turned it around. But to me, the Saints should have won this game just because the Jaguars have one of the worst passing defense in the league, and they couldn't push the ball down the field. So that just makes me look at Derek Carr differently, because how you can't pass against one of the worst passing defenses in the league. They couldn't get nothing going on the run. Jaguars have great run defense, so I don't know why they kept trying that, but Carr just kept checking down all game. It's like he's scared to throw down the field. It's a lot of miscommunication between him and the receivers. So I'm gonna give Carr one more year, man. New system.
One more year, one more.
New system, new coach, new receivers. I do feel like he needs to throw the ball and trust his receivers a lot more, because he likes to check down a lot. But hey, if you don't think nothing's open, check down is what you're supposed to do.
So do you feel like he is the answer to the Saints, and given more years, is he what they need? He's not.
No, I just feel like Carr he's a lot older now. He's just a veteran for right now. They need to draft somebody and groom him in the time being, because he's not the answer for the future. It just shows how good Drew Brees really was, because the Saints haven't did much since he retired.
I agree. So do you feel what do you feel about Taysom Hill?
I feel like Taysom Hill gets paid a lot of money to sit on the sideline a lot. I feel like he's very versatile. He runs, he throws, but the Saints just don't use him. So I don't know if they don't trust him or he don't have plays drawn up for him, but it seems like every time he touches the ball, he does something positive with it. So, to me, I feel like he should be on the field. He scored a touchdown. He caught a ball in that game. He did a lot positive. So, I don't know why we don't see him more, but I hope in the future we see him a lot more. I like Taysom Hill, man. He's a stud. I like him.
I like Taysom Hill as well.
So, you think ETN has taken that step?
I feel like ETN has taken that step. For this Jaguars team, I thought they were going to be a lot better coming out of the gate. Definitely did not reach my expectations so far, but I feel like ETN has taken that step, along with adding Calvin. Really, this offense definitely is pushing forward for the future. Definitely a bright future for Jacksonville.
But they did come out kind of slow, but now they really looking good. You got Evan Ingram, tight end. He's looking good. Kirk. Really, the offense looking real good. ETN look like he's taking a step. he's looking unstoppable. I think he had like two touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. He had some nice touchdowns. And I mean, every week it seemed like he's scoring at least one touchdown. So I think he really took that step. Now it's just Lawrence. If he takes one more little step, they're gonna be scary, man. I like the Jaguars. They got the right coach and Doug Peterson. They really got the right coach for Lawrence. Super Bowl. He won that Super Bowl. He's proven. So that was a good coach for them. So I feel like Jaguars got a bright future. Saints, not so much, just because their quarterback position just looks so mediocre. I mean, they should be. Derek Carr is supposed to be one of the arm talents in the league. That deep ball, he's not really throwing it deep anymore. So I don't know if the receivers and him are not on the same page yet. But if they don't clean it up, it's gonna be another lost season for the Saints.
I agree. I feel like, over after losing Breeze, they had Jameis Winston. They had the Red Rifle.
Andy Dalton always got a job though. Always had a job.
They had Taysom Hill at QB. I mean, they didn't know what to do.
They have tried to find a replacement, but those are some big shoes to fill.
And it's honestly bad when you look at it and you see that Taysom Hill had the longest starting job at all of them
before Derek Carr.
Before Derek Carr came in.
And I mean, they're paying Derek Carr a lot of money, so
I never liked him. Even on the Raiders, I never thought he was.
I've always thought Derek Carr is overrated. I mean, he has good, on paper, his numbers be looking good, but he never really did anything. So, I mean, I like him, but he's not like a top-rated quarterback to me like some people. He's just like I give him above that. You said mediocre. I give him a little bit above average. Just a tad bit. Just for like a starter. He's good. He's good enough to start, win you some games.
I mean,
but he ain't gonna take it to the playoffs. But he might. I think didn't the Raiders make the playoffs? But they got bounced out.
They got bounced out.
Okay, but you might make it with him, but you ain't gonna make it far with him.
You're not gonna make it far. I mean, look at the Raiders now. They got Jimmy G. That's worse than Derek Carr.
Jimmy G
is finished.
Yeah, he's done. He's hurt all the time.
He
doesn't push the ball down the field. He's definitely
mediocre.
That's what I'm saying. Derek Carr is a thing above Jimmy G.
I can see what
Jimmy G is really mediocre.
Jimmy G,
he's what you call a mediocre quarterback.
I mean, he got hyped up because he was playing with a stacked 49ers team.
Yeah, and 49ers made him look way better than what he
actually was. Because I mean, one of my favorite players plays for the Raiders. We got Devontae Adams, and he's getting wasted away in Las Vegas.
Devontae said, he feels like the culture just ain't there. So, do you think he's going to request a trade?
I think he definitely requested.
I think he went to the wrong team to begin with.
Definitely went to the wrong team. He should have known he was not about to.
He wanted to get back with his boy, though, man.
And now his boy shipped off into New Orleans.
That's the problem when you try to go play with friends, man. You can't control what goes on the business side. So, I know he's regretting it. That's why he's saying all this stuff to the media. He's regretting ever coming to the Raiders, because I mean he's openly saying that he's unhappy, he's not getting the ball enough, and then when your star player starts talking like that, it means it's
not good things.
Yeah, good. Nothing's gonna happen good from that. So that's something to watch on for the trade deadline coming up. So that'd be a name to watch. I got a couple other big names in there, but I don't think nobody big gonna get traded. It might be a whole bunch of small trades. Like I saw Terrence Marshall Jr. requested a trade from the Panthers, your team.
Terrence Marshall. Definitely was high on him coming out of college. Loved him at LSU. When we had Matt Rule, I knew that it was not going to be good for his production. He did not like him. Barely touched the field. I know that he has the potential to be that number. I feel like he can be a number one. I really do feel like he can be that number one. But he just needs the playbook, the coaching, the team. I feel like it's really I feel like it's
I don't think he could be a number one. I give him a number two though.
Number two?
I give him a number two. I don't think he's ready to be no number one, man. He be having catchable balls and playing for the Panthers. He dropping them.
He drops a lot. He has dropped a lot coming out, and it's actually sad.
I do feel like he doesn't, because it's a rookie quarterback, he doesn't get like, the looks he would normally get with a proven vet or one of the top quarterbacks in the league. But I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think nobody really sees anything in him.
Nobody sees anything.
But if Chase Claypool can get traded anybody can get traded because I mean Chase didn't show anything.
Chase has shown
since
that
his
he
rookie season
is a non-factor in these teams he's playing for.
Mike McDaniel said he's fast.
Hey, when the Bears tell you to stay home, you're trash. When the Bears tell you to stay your ass home, you are trash.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I will say that. Well, this season has been. I mean, it's been a good season. Been a lot of ups and downs and stuff. It's been a lot of surprises, but so far I'm satisfied with what I've been seeing from a lot of teams. And
but what about seeing from your Giants?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bad season for us right here. I mean, last year I kind of saw it because we lost like almost every game at the end of the season. It was, a miracle we made to the playoffs and we did pretty good. But I knew once coming in this season, we weren't going to be that team that everybody thought we was going to be because we was already looking like we was, losing that momentum at the end of the other season. But, I mean, Daniel Jones, we overpaid him. Barkley, I love him, but he's always hurt, and running backs. And nowadays, they can't win you a game like they used to be able to win you a game. So even when Barkley plays good, we still lose. So, I mean, our quarterback's getting sacked at one of the highest rates. I think he's been sacked like 33 times or something like that. And, I mean, even though Daniel Jones is not an elite quarterback, getting sacked 33 times, no quarterback's going to be, good when they hitting the ground over and over and over again.
Can't win football like that. Can't win.
But the Giants really had no choice but to pay him because, I mean, what was out there? I mean, we really nothing else was out there to get. So we got Tyrod Taylor as our backup. Who was going to pay him to be the starter? So, I mean, we just did what we had to do, what we had to work with. So this year, I ain't really expecting much. I think we missed on our top draft pick. Defensive end, we picked up Kevon, I think is his name, but yeah, he hasn't shown me much. I'm wishing we picked the dude from Michigan, Hutchinson, for the Lions. He took a step.
He took a step.
Our draft pick, he ain't really did much. He can't even get off blocks. So I think this year we're just going to have to get us a top pick and hopefully pick up a player that can turn us around, man.
At least y'all got picks. Traded our picks away and we dumpster fire.
Bryce Young, though.
Look, I'm high on Bryce Young.
He done showed promise.
He showed promise in a system that is just dysfunctional under Frank Reich. It's just not going to work. He's not a good head coach. I feel like that was not the move. I feel like we should have paid Wilkes. We was doing good with Wilkes.
Yeah, did do good with Wilkes.
We should have paid.
I don't know
Wilkes.
why they didn't want to.
Why did we go with Reich?
Wilkes, but
Reich has shown nothing but losses. He showed that he can't get it done as a head coach. Why did we not pay Wilkes?
People don't give rookie quarterbacks long enough, man, in the NFL.
It hasn't even been half the season.
They already saying
he's a
bust. But I mean, he just went to one of the worst teams.
You go to the worst team in the NFL with nothing. No, Iquanu, our draft pick. Speaking of draft picks, looking terrible. I mean, like our O-line can't protect them. You're getting slammed out there. Nobody can play football like that.
Yeah, I think the Panthers, he's been sacked at least 19
times.
So I feel like the media, the fans, they just don't give young quarterbacks, time. I always want to give a young quarterback at least a year or two, a year to learn the system and then another year to actually get up to speed, NFL speed.
Unless it's Zach Wilson.
That was the wrong pick. Zach Wilson didn't play enough college football to be a top pick like that. Plus, he went to BYU.
Come on, man. Who they playing at BYU?
I don't even know. I have to look it up.
That's how you know they weren't playing nobody.
But Zach, he looks, man. He been looking better like these last little few games, but the Jets, they got the worst passing offense.
And it's crazy because look at the talent.
They got talent.
Zach just doesn't have it. I will say he has under Aaron Rodgers. I have seen some improvement from him.
He has improved.
He does not make those dumb mistakes. He finally does the safe stuff. He back a couple years ago. He always wanted to just go deep or try to make a play with his feet. Sometimes you just got to dump it off, do the safe stuff, keep the ball safe. And now I'm starting to see he's actually starting to do that now. But man,
Zach Wilson,
number 2 pick.
Number 2. I know the Jets. I know they want that pick back.
Man, I know they want.
I mean, they got the worst passing offense. I think they only got like 4 passing touchdowns. That's terrible.
And that's crazy.
But I mean, he has looked a little bit better these past few games, so I will give that to him because they did just upset the Eagles.
I mean, their defense.
Yeah, their defense did. Their defense did carry that game. But
and then what Zach say? Nah, I ain't feel like I feel the defense.
A win's a win, though. Well, thank you for joining us on this episode. We'll have plenty of more episodes after the NFL on Sunday. You got anything for
them? Just tune in. We're gonna be recapping all the games, all the teams. Just ready for football, man. Ready for football, man. We'll see you back here on Sunday for the recap. And, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you can. And thank you for joining us on our first episode. Hopefully we can get this thing grown to, big. Big. That's what we're trying to do. Big numbers.
But, we're just trying to entertain y'all with this sports talk. So, Thank you.